So this video is going to be showing you how I turn a pocket to accept a casting that I've made already. I'll go get it now and bring it here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to make a pocket on this faceplate's waste block to accept this turned, or rather poured, casting I've already made. I've got a bunch of stuff in clear epoxy there, and that's round because I put it in the mold to make it round, and it's the same round diameter as the previous epoxy that you see the remnants of on this faceplate. So that's going to now be turned out of the way, and then we'll be able to make a pocket that will take the mold that I just showed you. I'll spin the lathe up here and get started. This is a fairly boring part, except for the fun fact that you get to see all those streamers of epoxy go flying off. I had the tool rest a little low here, so I'll bump it up a bit. You see how that epoxy and wood kind of piles up, and then when you hit the plain epoxy, it just goes flying. Of course, it gets everywhere. Tends to block your vision when you get to the center. But this gets out of the way fairly quick, and then we'll be able to get to the fun part. Now, as you can imagine, as I get closer with the diameter when I start making the pocket, I'm going to be turning the lathe on and off as we stop to check for the diameter, but we'll get to that shortly. Be great for Halloween decorations. Probably turn a bunch of epoxy in the front yard, let it go all over the bushes, and you'll be ready. Of course, picking it up afterwards would be a chore. Flicked off the centerpiece, so we're getting close. Get all this fuzz and stuff out of the way so we can take a first view at what we're trying to get here. So you see here what I'm talking about. The previous mold was the same as the one I want to fit, so pretty much that defines where I want to put the pocket. So fire it back up again and start digging down to actually make this pocket. Kind of looks like I'm making cotton candy horizontally here. Well, now we're actually able to start taking a bit of a fit check here. And yeah, it looks a little bit small. That's good. That's where you want to be at this point. So set back up again and start making that pocket a little bit larger but then also starting to turn the bottom. We'll get to that as we start getting this diameter closer. Yeah, still small. Got a little bit of a high high portion towards the center, so it's a process, as you can imagine. Yeah, a little catch. That can happen. Starting to do a drag cut here a little bit to try and push down and then drag it across. Yeah, still small, but that's good. That's you kind of creep up on it. You see that rock there? That's a good way to check. Is if you can rock it, then you know you're a little bit small. Of course, you got to be careful. That could also mean that you're just a little high in the center, so you got to be able to tell the difference. This is where obviously you're making that start-stop switch on your lathe work. Let's get a bit of rock there still, so kind of deciding what to do here. It's pretty clear though that it's not going to really fit well at this point. So a little bit more to do. So that's about it for this. Just wanted to show you the basis and basics rather, and I'll be flattening out the bottom and making it perfect a little later off camera. Then I can go from there. Thanks for watching.